In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, peace be upon you all. This is an English session, grade 9. The title of this lesson is a new project. Unit 1, lesson 1, a new project. A new vocabulary. Article. Article is a noun, means or is a piece of writing in a newspaper or magazine. Article, it's a noun, is a piece of writing in a newspaper or magazine. Cover is a noun, is the outside of a book or magazine. Is the outside of a book or magazine. Edit, it's a verb, means to check and correct a piece of writing. Edit means to check and correct a piece of writing. Editor is somebody who checks and corrects the writing of others. Is somebody, شخص, who checks, الذي يصوب and corrects the writing of others. يفحص ويصوب كتابات الآخرين. Print, it's a verb, means to put words or pictures on paper with a machine. Printer is somebody who prints as a job or is a machine that prints. Report means to describe an event. Report means to describe an event. Reporter, it's a noun, is somebody who reports events or writes reports How many meanings are there in print? It has two meanings. Number one, is a machine or is somebody who prints as a job or is a machine that prints. What do in and v means? In means noun. In means noun or is the short form of noun. V means verb or is the short form of verb. Okay? A new structure asking for and making suggestion. There are a lot of ways we can use them to make suggestion in English. There are a lot of ways we can use them to make suggestion in English. One of them is why don't or why doesn't plus subject plus the infinitive form. Why don't or why doesn't. Don't forget, why don't or why doesn't, it's always in the negative form and in the present simple negative. We can say why didn't. Again, why don't or why doesn't plus subject plus the infinitive form. For example, why don't we go to the mall? Why don't we go to the mall? We use why don't or why doesn't plus subject plus the infinitive form to make suggestion. Don't forget, we must use the infinitive form. Another example, why don't we visit our uncle? Why don't we visit our uncle? Number two, we can use shall plus subject plus the infinitive form to make suggestion. Again, shall plus subject plus the infinitive form to make suggestion. For example, shall we get a drink? Shall I open the door? Shall we travel to America? The third way is let's. The third way, الطريقة الثالثة, let's plus the infinitive form to make suggestion. We can use let's plus the infinitive form زائد مصدر الفعل to make suggestion. For example, let's go to London. Let's go to the cinema this evening. Or let's, another example, let's study English. Again, there are three ways we can use them to make suggestion. Number one, why don't or why doesn't. It's always in the negative form and in the present simple tense negative. Why don't, we can say why didn't, why don't or why doesn't plus subject plus the infinitive form. For example, why don't we go to the mall? Number two, shall plus subject plus the infinitive form to make suggestion. Shall we get a drink? Number three, let's plus the infinitive form to make suggestion. Thank you for listening. Goodbye. See you next session.